Vito.
High yellow.
Pink.
Pumpkin seed.
Honey.
Lemon colored.
Copper.
Olive.
Tawny.
Red ginger.
Dirty mulatto.
Yellow mulatto.
Freckled mulatto.
High brown.
Field brown.
Low brown.
Nut brown.
Chestnut.
Coffee colored.
Maroon.
Charcoal.
Ebony.
8 ball.
Inky dink.
Lamp black.
Perfectly black.
Low black.
Blue black.
Black as hell.
There is
Empty bed.
an undeniable connection between the shared life experiences of enslaved Africans in America and the nature of the art generated by that common heritage.
Spring, hard as lead, feel like old man.
There was never a time when dissent,
Resistance.
Struggle.
were not a common response within the enslaved community and among enlightened free people pushing for change. Without this dynamic, there would have been no Underground Railroad, no abolitionist movement, and ultimately, no emancipation.
Wish I was dead. What did I do to be so black and blue?
The attempt to deliberately dehumanize millions of perfectly worthwhile human beings and the ultimate failure of that attempt create a breathtaking tension where least of all, the blues were born. Cold, empty bed, spring, hard as lead, feel like old night, wish I was dead. What did I do to be so black and blue? No joys for me. No company. Even the mouse ran from my house. All my life through, I've been so black and blue. I'm white My sin is in my skin. All my life through, I've been so black and blue. Can I get a witness?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Preach, preacher.
And call for a testimony.
Yes, sir.
See, it's important for all of us to know the nature of the moral atrocity that was chattel slavery.
Yes, sir. Preach, preach.
An economic system that required for its proper functioning the employment without compensation of massive organized work gangs.
Yes, sir. Preach.
To support the cultivation of labor-intensive, high-end cash crops.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like
Preach.
Sugar,
Yes.
cotton,
Yes.
coffee,
Yes, sir.
and tobacco,
All right, preach.
which were exported at great expense
Yes.
to European markets. I feel like he changed.
Preach.
On the basis of this wealth,
Yes.
our nation's earliest great fortunes were acquired. And from the first, the old Africans who found themselves trapped in this strange world, tapped into their ageless resources of their cultural memories. I feel like he changed. And they used the song, they used the drum, they used the story twice told as an antidote for the poison of their enslavement. I know I'm all right.
Yes. Woo. You is right, Reverend.
Yes, I am.
And this impulse has brought into being a body of work that has changed the nature of music all over the world.
Philadelphia, March 1815. I can never get over the baseness of your ungrateful Negroes. To treat Negroes with humanity is like giving pearls to swine. It is throwing away value and giving ingratitude in return. It is not you and myself, but it is the inhabitants generally have all been deceived by the Ethiopian race. Your son's observation has now been verified that Negroes have neither honor or gratitude. God cursed these Negroes by making them black. I curse the man that brought the first from Africa. And the curse of God is still on them to send them away to a miserable death. I should have no heart to begin planting. For my feelings are such that I cannot bear the sight of a Negro without melancholy irritation. Those animals must be ruled with a rod of iron, which must be painful to yourself as well as me. But it is painful to look at such ungrateful rascals as your Negroes when I met. They would have gone up if they only had a chance.
As we rightly celebrate the reassuring capacity of humankind to change, to make right what is not right, we should also contemplate that we have had to change within ourselves in order to be who we have become.
$300 reward. Ran away from the subscriber near Middleburg, London County, Virginia, on the night of December 24th, 1855. A man named Barney Grigsby, about 25 years old, yellow color, black whiskers, about 5'9" or 10 inches high, and weighs about 180 pounds. Also, his wife, Elizabeth, rather a delicate woman, very black, and also a little undersized. And also her sister, Emily, heavier built, with a full face, very black. $50 reward if taken in the state, and $100 if taken in the state and so secured so we could get to them again. They left in a 2-horse wagon marked E.C. Brown and Son, and it is probable that several others left with them. William Rogers, London County, Virginia, 1855.
Negro named Washington eloped from my farm the 31st of October, living in St. Mary's County near Charlotte Hall Post Office. Now, the said Negro is about 19 years of age, yellow complexion, much freckled. He has a scar over one of his eyebrows, large, coarse features, about 5 feet high, bulky made. He's taken with him several suits of clothing, both summer and winter. A snuff-colored frock coat and some pantaloons, a light-colored short gray coat. His summer clothing checked domestic cotton, linen, and domestic cotton shirts. Bell-crowned furred hat, about half worn, and he's been used to housework from about 10 years of age. He was brought from the state of Tennessee about the month of May and may possibly attempt to return to Winchester in Tennessee, where he lived for 4 or 5 years. George G. Ashcorn, 1825.
$500 reward runway. About 3 years ago, a mulatto girl named Phoebe, rather short and thick-set, around 28 and 30 years old, light complexion, had a small scar on her upper lip, her upper teeth bad in her gums, a fine seamstress and tailoress, has often been seen by the city, and is supposed to be harbored by some white girl. $300 will be paid for her apprehension, and 50 on proof to conviction of any responsible who may have harbored her. W.R. Tabor, Charleston, October 1857.
Ooh, that was a wonderful dinner. Wasn't that a wonderful dinner? Well.
You very well.
Oh, well. Oh, let me tell you this. Mandinka people
Mandinka.
from the Gambia region,
Gambia.
they were good-looking and gentle of manner. Oh, but they could not be trusted. Oh, no.
Really?
Coromontes.
Coromontes. Yeah.
From the Gold Coast.
Oh, really?
They were strong, courageous,
Yes.
and stern. But they bore grudges.
Rogers. Well,
Yeah, the Po people from the region around Port Wada were the most reliable slaves that could be found. Now, they were accustomed to hard work, had an even temper, and they were dexterous and obedient.
Well, slaves from the region, the traders called Sierra Leone, were often regarded as good all around the Negroes. Because they had grown rice for centuries.
Well, let me tell you this. Angolans from the north and south of the Congo River, they were thought to be less vigorous than the Popos. But they were mechanically minded. Yes, and very attractive too, I say. I had a few of them myself, I did. Though apt to run away and sometimes stage uprisings. Oh, very bad about that.
That's not good.
Elias Ball, 1750.
Dear sir, I now take this opportunity to inform you that I am in the land of liberty and good health. Now, since I've been in the Queen's dominions, I've been well contented. Yes, well contented for sure. Man is as God intended he should be. That is, all were born free and equal. Now, this is a wholesome law, not like the Southern laws, which put man, made in the image of God, on the level with brutes. What will become of them people? And where will they stand in the day of judgment? I would that the third chapter of Malachi were written as with a bar of iron and the point of a diamond upon every oppressor's heart. They repent of this evil. Let the oppressed go free. Now, I must here inform you that I was forced away in consequence of bad usage, only for that, and I should have been in America, though I do not regret coming. If I had known how easy I could get along, I should have started 10 years sooner. But it would have been better for me. Besides having a good garden, this summer, I raised 316 bushels of potato. I raised 120 bushels of corn, 41 bushels of buckwheat, small crop of oats, 17 hogs, 70 chickens. I paid $50 rent this year. And next year, I expect to build. Queen of England has granted 50 acres of land to every colored man who will accept her the gift and become an actual settler. Also, a yoke of oxen and a plow for every 2 families. Now, this is a great encouragement to those who have come here for the liberty which God had designed for them. Some have already gone, and others are on their way to take up the said land. We have good schools. All the population is supplied with schools. My boy Edward, who'll be 6 years next January, is now reading. I intend on keeping him there in school until he becomes a good scholar. I've enjoyed more pleasure with 1 month here than in all my life in the land of bondage. My wife and myself are sitting by a good, comfortable fire, happy, knowing that there are none to molest or to make afraid. God save Queen Victoria. The Lord bless her in this life and crown her with glory in the world to come. It's my prayer. Most obedient. Yours with much respect, Joseph Taper.
From the ballad of Henry Box Brown on the dusty, candlelit stage of the late 19th century minstrel show. 2 men uniformed in bright brass button band attire. As in a circus, they stand before a closed curtain.
Let me tell you about my good friend, Henry Brown. He never asked for much in life except to be a free man in this free man's land, except to be a free man if he can, not willing to wait for the eternal reward that masters and preachers told him was his only hope for salvation. Young Henry took matters into his own hands. One day, when he was out chopping cotton, he commenced to think.
Here in Carolina, I can't ride no freedom train. Can't run off on a swift horse through the night through the rain. Can't take the Underground Railroad because of why these here chains. If I can't use my feet, I'm gonna use my brains. Say, Reverend, how much it cost to send a package up north?
Well, how big a package you wanting to send? Like shipping a little rooster or a little fat red hen?
No, really big package. Say about 3 foot high and 4 foot deep with some straw inside the pad behind. A really big package. Say about 3 foot tall and 2 foot deep with some straw inside the wall and a big little something. Say about so high, room enough for a size 12 shoe. How much does that cost?
Well, son, you ain't got them kind of financial resources. What we need to do is to find some abolitionists and join forces.
Abolitionists, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Get them to underwrite your flight. Surely they will be moved by your plight and make your final flight to freedom in a box shut tight.
It's my only option. Well, I got to take a swift action. Got to take a swift action and go.
All righty then. And that's just what he done.
You boxed me up and nailed down that lid so loud, like I was dead. Hear the sound of the undertaker nailing down my coffin. Now, I might have would have died for real in that box. From a broke neck, being tossed all around by workers handling me like dry goods freight. Could have froze, or choked, or died a plain fight. I couldn't see nothing through that little bitty crack of light, but I'd rather be dead than my grave and stay here in Carolina. Be Mr. Master's broke down slave than to be Mr. Master's slave. Cut out! Drive them nails down. Mail my black behind on down the line. Mail my body special delivery to the Freedom Land.
That was his plan, and so it was. Oh, the journey of Henry Brown was hard and perilous, fraught with danger from every side. He took it as it came, and it came in every direction, pushing him and tossing him and turning him every which way but the right side up. Oh, folks, dogs used him as a tree stump. Folks rolled and tumbled and sat on him like furniture. Children tortured and teased and played hide and go seek behind him. And through all of this, old Henry dare not make a mumbling sound. He hoped no one would hear him when he chewed on his carrots. Or when he tried to get a drink of water down. What faith in the power of freedom. What faith in freedom's righteousness. Now, while Henry didn't feel what you might could truly call joy.
What I felt in my soul was an unmistakable sense of absolute purity delightness.
Then by and by, and lo and behold, when the surprise abolitionists opened up their package from the homeland, they had to jump back and holler, hallelujah! And they stared in wonder as young Mr. Henry Brown cut us, robbed the darkness from his formerly enslaved eyes, and squinted at the sweet bright light of freedom. And for the first time in his life, Henry Brown breathed in the air as free as God had made him. And that is the song of Henry Brown. May his fame grow wide. May he grow rich in renown.
As he travels on through all the land, loves to tell his story till the sun goes down. So when old depression starts to wear you thin, please remember Henry when you feel boxed in. Remember Henry Box Brown when you feel boxed in. Okay, you do it.
Oh, Mary
Mac, Mac, Mac,
all dressed in
black, black, black,
with 44
buttons, buttons, buttons,
all down her back,
back, back.
She jumped so
High, high, high.
She touched the
Sky, sky, sky.
and she didn't come
Back, back, back.
till the 4th of July. Wait.
Eeny, miny, mo.
Yeah.
Catch her by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Mighty mo. I asked my mama for 15 cents.
To see the elephant jump the fence.
He touched the sky.
He didn't come back till the 4th of July.
I'm telling mama on you.
Wait, what the song say that?
SkudR out here saying bad words.
Don't make that man trouble. I just want to be loved.
I heard it.
Mm-hmm.
An ordinance concerning Negroes, passed October 2nd, 1850.
Be it ordained by the mayor and aldermen of the city of San Antonio and council assembled.
That if any slave hereafter be found in the city of San Antonio, after the hour of 9:15 p.m., outside of the premises of his or her owner or employer, and without a written pass, it shall be the duty of the city marshal or his deputy to keep the slave and take the slave into custody, and him or her safely to keep in the calaboose or otherwise until the next morning, when said marshal shall report the fact of the arrest of such slave or slaves to the mayor of the city, who shall immediately cause the owner, his agent, or employer of such slave or slaves, if known, to be notified, and if not known, then such owner, agent, or employer shall be notified by written notice posted up at the door of the council room for at least 3 days.
Further ordained and decreed
that the owner, agent, or employer of any slave so taken into custody may appear and reclaim the same, paying to the city marshal $5, which shall be in discharge of the entire cost of arrest, commitment, and notice.
Be it further ordained and decreed
That if the owner, agent, or employer of such slave does not appear to reclaim him or her within 1 day after the aforesaid notification, then, and in that case, it shall be the duty of the mayor to order such slave to be employed to work on the public streets or otherwise until the full amount of the cost as aforesaid shall have been satisfied, reckoning the cost of such slave at a 5 cents per diem, in which case the marshal shall be paid his cost by a draft on the city treasurer, provided that if any Negro so caught should prove to be a runaway, then to be handed over to the sheriff of Bexar County.
Be it further ordained and decreed
That if the owner of such slave, his agent, or employer shall require the marshal to whip such slave not to exceed 39 stripes on the bare back, it is hereby made the duty of the marshal to whip such slave, for which he shall be entitled to receive $1 more, which shall be paid by said owner.
Be it further ordained and decreed
That it shall be the duty of the marshal to ring the bell every night at 9:00 p.m. as a signal for all slaves to go home.
And no slave shall be arrested as herein provided until after the elapse of 15 minutes, when the ringing of a second bell shall be rung.
And the said marshal shall receive for the services herein required the sum of $5 per month.
Be it further ordained and decreed
that the city marshal is hereby authorized to appoint one or more deputies to act under the provisions of the ordinance, and this ordinance shall be in force from and after its passage.
J.M. Devine, Mayor.
From the letter from a Birmingham jail. Perhaps it's easy for those who have never segregation to say, wait. But when you have seen vicious mobs lynch your mothers and fathers at will and drown your sisters and brothers at whim, when you have seen hate-filled policemen curse, kick, and even brothers and sisters with impunity, when you see the vast majority of your 20 million Negro brothers smothering in an airtight cage of poverty in the midst of an affluent society, when you are harried by day and haunted by night by the fact that you are a Negro, never quite knowing what to expect next, and you are plagued with inner fears and outer resentments, when you are forever fighting a degenerating sense of nobodiness, then you will understand why we find it difficult to wait.
If we must die, let it not be like hogs, hunted and pinned in an inglorious spot, while round us bark the mad and hungry dogs, making their mock at our accursed lot. If we must die, oh, let us nobly die, so that our precious blood may not be shed in vain. Then even the monsters we defy shall be constrained to honor us, though dead. Though far outnumbered, let us show us brave, and for their 1,000 blows deal one death blow. What though before us lies an open grave? Like men, we'll face the murderous cowardly pack, pressed to the wall, dying, but fighting back.
Texas was the last outpost of slavery in these United States. Population of the state in 1836 was about 38,000. About 5,000 of them was enslaved folks like my mom and papa. Now, you know 1836 was the time of the famous Texas Revolution, when the rebel white folks and a few Tejano allies fought for freedom from Mexico. Freedom for themselves. Not for us, naturally. Now, some say this was strictly a question of economics, pure and simple. It had nothing to do with race at all. When you realize a good skilled black man or woman could be worth between $800 to $2,000 on the open market, and good bottom land could be bought for about $6 an acre, you begin to see. Now, most folks were concentrated along the lower Brazos and Colorado rivers working on the big cotton fields in East Texas. But more than a few come to San Antonio. Negroes in the deep south thought we had it easy compared to them. Lord knows, a beating is a whipping. And a person kept in curfew ain't much more than a horse or a dog. Life around here wasn't no cakewalk. But we managed. Get a little time to ourselves. To love. To sing. Sure they looking like pretty tonight, Miss Edna. You going over to prayer meeting by the river?
Thank you, Brother Percy. I'll go with a big, strong man like you to walk with.
Girl, don't be doing that. You know, maybe Tim Mahomes training.
That's all right, honey. We both done work from sun up to sundown. And now it's time to eat. There ain't nothing I can do. Ain't nothing I can say that folks don't criticize me. But I'm going to do just as I want to anyway. And I don't care if they all despise me. If I should take a notion, to go jump in the ocean, well, it ain't nobody's business if I do, if I do. If I go to church on Sunday, then I shimmy down all day Monday. It ain't nobody's business if I do. Oh, if my man ain't got no money, and I say, here, take all of mine, honey, it ain't nobody's business if I do, if I do. If I give him my last nickel and it leaves me in a pickle, it ain't nobody's business if I do. Now y'all listen to me. I know what Bessie said, but listen to me. I would rather my man to quit me than to just jump up and hit me. 'Cause I'm hitting him back with a cat's eye skillet with some hot chicken grease. Ha! Oh yes! I swear, I will call the copper if I'm beat up by my papa. But it ain't nobody's business if I do, if I do. See, it ain't nobody's business, yeah. You take care of yours, honey, I'll fix mine. It ain't nobody's business if I do. Y'all mind your business.
Now, when freedom finally came, we didn't even know it in Texas. Sort of forgot to kind of tell us accidentally on purpose. But after that day in June, joy and jubilation ruled the day.
But after a while, we figured out that nothing had hardly changed at all. We still couldn't own nothing. We couldn't vote. We were still beat down, buked, and scorned. And we was killed a whole lot more easy now without such a high price tag on our head.
To this day.
The uphill struggle, it's not over. It had just gotten started.
Southern trees bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root. Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze. Strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. Pastoral scenes of the gallant South. The bulging eyes and the twisted mouth. Scent of magnolia, sweet and fresh. Then the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is a fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rise and the leaves drop. Here is a strange and bitter cry.
Think about our legacy, our common heritage. People of all colors who call this world home. Listen to the music of Duke Ellington, Billie Holiday, to the words of Langston Hughes, James Baldwin, the immortal Zora Neale Hurston, Sterling Houston. And understand why there is reason to rejoice. And even the direst of circumstances, these human spirits inspire us because they refuse to be destroyed. And survival? Well, that's where the healing begins. If it ain't got that swing, do-ah. It don't mean a thing, all you gotta do is sing. Do-ah.
It makes no difference if you are sweet or high.
Just give everything you got.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-ah. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-ah, 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 do-ah. It don't mean a thing, all you gotta do is sing. Do-ah, 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 do-ah.
Oh, it makes no difference if it's sweet. Oh.
You just give that rhythm everything you got. Oh, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-ah, 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 do-ah. Do-ah, 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 do-ah. Do-ah, 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 do-ah.
Thank you. Thank you. SkudR Jones.
Danielle King.
Sir Chris Knox. Lady Marcie Edwards. Thank you.
Thank you all so much.
Thank